My name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States, which is midday in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. If you miss the live streams, you can watch the catch-up premiere streams on a Friday and Saturday at 2 PM Pacific time in the US, which is 9 AM in Australia or 10 PM if you're in the UK. I hope all you guys and girls are well and you had a great weekend. We're going to continue working on our Art Deco building that we're creating in Max using Photogrammetry, pieces of Photogrammetry. Then we're going to take it into Mari to texture it up and Substance Painter to also texture it up. And then we're going to take it into Eon View to do some beauty renders. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Remember, if you've got any questions or anything you're not sure about, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. If I can help in any way, I'm happy to try. If you just want to pop in and say hello, that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. I'm just going to mute my mic for a sec. Okay. Smokeberry Barbecue, good to see you. Just, let me organise myself here. Smokeberry says, how many fills does it take to heat up a mug of tea? I don't know, Smokeberry. How many fills does it take to heat up a mug of tea? Tell me. So, yes, I don't know, Smokeberry. You have to tell me. I hope you had a good weekend, though. I saw your tree that you're working on. It looks very nice. Bro, I don't know. I'm not Phil. Oh, Smurfberry Barbecue. Oh, well, I guess that's true. You're not Phil, you don't know. Do you guys know I don't drink tea? I drink coffee. So you should have said coffee. What? I hope you had a good weekend, Smurfberry. I hope you're well. You finished that tree. Yes, I see that. Smurfberry posted a link in the Discord server. Again, for you guys and girls that don't know, you can jump on the Phil Does 3D Discord and post links to your work there. Don't post links in Twitch chat unless you're a sub. You'll get timed out by either Nightbot or Sniper Echo. I'm just going to pull up the image that Smurfberry posted of his Rewind. It's in the Discord. You guys check out the Discord server. If you're not on the Discord, just click that link I popped into chat. Or if you're watching this back on a Friday or a Saturday during the catch-up stream, you can click that blue graphic in my panels below my stream. It says join the Phil Does 3D Discord. You can join that way. So check it out on Discord. But it's looking very nice, Smokeberry Barbecue. I'm looking at it here in Discord as we speak. I really like the texture that you've created. I like the colours. The brown and the green looks really good. Okay. Yes, so we are working on this. We're going to continue modelling it up and hopefully next week we can start doing some texture work on the bits and pieces that need doing. All right. My head's all over the place this morning, don't know why. All right, let's have a look here. What's going on? Let me select something so Max has something to log on to. Oh yes, we were doing the bottom run here across the lower terrace last week. So now I guess we need to place some of the ironwork along there. First thing we have to do is decide whether we want the ironwork to be the same size as this or smaller. So let me pull out here and have a look at it from a bit of a distance. I think we'll keep the ironwork the same. The ironwork in here is smaller around the pond, but I think for the actual railings around the actual terrace, we should keep it probably the same. We could make them a little smaller because it's a smaller terrace, but no, we'll keep it the same. Okay, so I need to make sure I grab the right piece of iron here. I think it's this one. Let me double check. I'm just going to pull it over and check our size out. Yes, no, that's the same size. That's good. All right. So let's select that, and let's select that spline, and let's go into isolation mode. So what are you planning on doing with the tree, Smurfberry Barbecue, once you've finished with it? Are you putting it into a game engine? You're going to sell it? What are you doing with it? Just curious. You don't have to do anything with it. You could just be enjoying making the tree. That's perfectly fine. I think you did tell me. I'm sure you did, and I've forgotten. Alrighty. Okay, so let's go into our tools. Where is the tool that I want? Spacing tool. That's the one that I want. Let's knock our count up to 20. It's probably going to be more, but we'll do 20 to begin with. Let's pick our path. It's doing that thing again. Where it's turning the object as it turns around. There we go. We just turned on follow. So now we need to work out how many we want. Let's try 40. It's not going to be enough. Let's try 60. Oops. 60 is getting closer, but I need to see the rest of the terrace to gauge properly, so I'm just going to unhide it. And then we can check it. No, we need more. Let's try 70. I still think we need a few more. I still think 70, the gap is a bit too wide. Let's try 90. '90 is better, but let's go a little higher. Let's go to 98. It's not bad. Let's go to 99. Let's go to 100 actually. I think maybe 100 might be better. Smurfberry says, I missed what you said. What did you ask? I said, what are you going to do with the tree that you're creating? Are you putting it in a game? Or I think you did tell me and I've forgotten. So it'll slap for me, but I'm just curious. You're going to sell it? You're going to put it in a game? Just making it because you want to? All valid and good. Fair enough. Points. You don't have to do anything with anything you model up. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Just going to close those down over there so they don't distract me. So I think 104 is probably good actually. I think that gap there is about the same as that gap there. Yeah, let's go with 104. No, don't do that. Just going to move that one out of the way. In fact, let's move it way out of the way so it's not distracting me. And let's. Oh, you would do that, wouldn't you? All right. Oh, wow. It's not my morning, guys. Let us I want to make a selection here, but not grab the rest of everything else. Smurfberry says, originally it was just for fun portfolio, but some guys I know who are working on a project can probably make use of it, so I'm going to hand it over to them. Oh, nice. Smurfberry says, I can't sell it because it's based on EA's IP. You've got to make some original design. Yeah, don't make stuff that's a copy of other people's IP. You will get yourself in all sorts of trouble, for sure. No, that's fair enough. It's nice of you to hand it over to these guys so that they can use it. So it's always nice when you create something that's useful for someone, whether you sell it to them, whether they just want it, you give it to them, whatever. It's always a nice feeling to know that you've created something that someone wants to use. At least I think so. Edo, good to see you, Edo. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? It's good to see you, Edo. And see, I remembered Edo. And I'm not trying to pronounce the whole thing. Yes, it is. So that's fair enough. That's cool. Cool, Smurfberry. Just making sure. I'm just going to keep refining my selection here until I have just what I want. Because I want to group. I actually should attach. I think I'll attach. I want to attach these all together. Edo says, I'll be back. I've got to hit the gym, but I'm saying hi. Weekend was okay. Good to hear. Well, you enjoy the gym, Edo. Hopefully we'll see you back here before I finish my stream in a couple of hours. But enjoy the gym. Pump up those muscles. Good exercise. And yeah, Sniper Echo posted something also on Discord, guys, if you want to check that out. It looks really interesting. It's something he's working on at the moment. Okay, I don't think we've UV mapped these. So what I'm going to do before we do that is I'm just going to attach them all together. I think that'll be better. So let's convert it to a mesh, poly, edit poly. And for this one, we will do the attach. Before I do that, I'm going to select them all because I don't want to accidentally attach something I don't want. Now we can do an attach. And we'll use the attach list. So everything here should only be what's in my viewport at the moment, so I don't have to worry about selecting something that, attaching something I don't want. Okay. Let's just pull that down so it's sitting inside of our border. Okay, now these two pieces don't match up. They're the same size, but we're going to have a column in the corner here. And the reason they don't match up is, of course, because this terrace is a bit lower than this one. So, Edo says, I went to sleep at 7 a.m. and had class at 8:30. Wow, you got a whole hour and a half sleep. No, not even that, probably. Edo says, I'm debating on just making fan service characters to get my name out there. You're debating on just making fan service characters. What are they? I'm not sure what you mean, Edo. What's a fan service character? Am I being stupid? Are you joking? I don't know. I don't understand. Because I've been making some chibi fills, some filled chibis characters of myself recently. Boobs, Smurfberry says. Big ones, Edo says. Yeah, well, that's it. They tend to be popular, that's for sure. Big booby characters. I don't know, guys. Oh, wow. You make whatever makes you happy. When you want to do big booby characters, you make them. I just look at games sometimes and some of the characters that are created for them and I think, why? Why, as a design group, did you go there? Why did you do that? Are you 15? I mean, come on. Smurfberry says, more or less, pin-ups of whatever the popular character. Oh, okay. So, thank you, Smurfberry. You know more than I'm so out of touch. Fan service characters. So, they're pin-ups of whatever popular character is at the moment. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, make what you want, do what you want. I don't know. I don't know. But that sounds like a cool idea to get your name out there if it works. I mean, I'm sure it'll be popular with a certain group of people. Okay, so I need to UV map this new rail section, but we need to remove a lot of it because it's unnecessary. We don't want the railing going inside of the upper terrace, so what I'm going to do is isolate these two pieces. And we're going to remove half that we don't need. Smokeberry says, make a pin-up of a spider waifu from Cliffside. Spider waifu. I'm going to deselect the ones that I want to keep. I'm going to actually finish them just short of the end of the terrace there because, again, a lot of these are going to be hidden by that column we're going to place in the corner. Anyway, I could probably remove more, but because we're making this like a kit bash so that people can create as many terraces or steps as they want around the terrace, I want to give them enough room so if they do want to pull this out a bit further that they've got some railing to work with. So I won't remove too much, but I could actually remove those three on each end as well. And I probably would if I was doing it the normal way. Okay, we also need to fix this lower base up because, again, it's going into the lower terrace. I don't think I need to keep a full circle in any of these. I don't think. There's no way they could really use it that I can think of. So let's do that. Let's remove half of that as well. So we're going to do a quick slice. And a quick slice through here. And let's remove a lot of it. And make sure I have ignore back facing turned off. So I want to make sure I select all my polys. I'm also going to change my selection mode to make it a bit easier for me. That should be good. Let's delete them. But we need to cap off our ends. Okay, let's jump out of isolation. Good. Now we need to put a rail around the top of the wrought iron. And it looks like we just went with a pretty standard squarish rectangular type top rail. So, and same at the bottom. I think it's just a pretty, yeah, the bottom one is a long rectangle. This is a wide rectangle. So we'll go with the same type of thing. All right. So let's select the rail, select the base, and I'm also just going to select this one so I can use it as reference. Actually, we have to remove some of the rails from through here too, but we'll do the railing first. So let us use a tube. You have to remember too, this pink Terrace colour base is not actually completely round either. It's been skewed a bit, so you're going to have to play with it a little bit to get the shape right. Let's make it nice and smooth though. Let's get it into position before we worry about the actual size of it. I would have made this pink base not a complete circle, wouldn't I? I would have skewed it so it makes everything else a little bit more difficult. Typical me. Now let's get the shape right first. Let's work with the bottom rung first, so it's a tall rectangle for the bottom. Move it down. Check our shape. That's right. Smopery says, make it as hard as possible on yourself. That's typically me. It's what I do. Always. Because hey, if it's easy, then it's no fun, is it? It's got to be hard. Not hard, it's not fun. Now again, I'm just looking for reference at our blue one here to try and get an idea of how big I want this. It shouldn't be too hard. All we've got to do is non-uniformly scale it. That should get us the shape we want. But just an extra step that if I'd made it a complete circle or a proper circle, I wouldn't have to do. I might make this one just a little bit smaller than the bigger Terrace because it's a smaller Terrace. So thickness wise, it's a bit too thick. It's not too bad. Okay, let's see if we can't make the shape correct. Just pull it forward a little bit so it's covering all of our railing. Let's try moving it down a little bit. Sniper Girl subscribed for thank you for the sub, Sniper Girl. Sniper Girl, how are you? It's good to see you. Did you have a good weekend? Sniper Girl says, wow, one full year already? Where the F does the time go? Yes, 1 year. You are awesome. Thank you for the subscription, Sniper Girl. I do appreciate it, guys, when you subscribe to me. I'm always amazed that you guys want to subscribe to me, and yeah, you're awesome. Thank you. Yes, where does the year go? This one's going to go just as quickly, I guarantee it. And you're subscribed for a whole year. You will be amongst my longest sub, Sniper Girl. I think Tamana is my longest sub, but you would be a close second, I think. And I'm always very grateful when you guys want to subscribe to me. Android Lust, it's good to see you, Android Lust. I hope you had a good weekend as well. Sniper Girl says, been better, to be honest. Found out today that my mum is going to need open heart surgery. Oh no! That's terrible news, Sniper Girl. although it's a serious operation, but they've gotten much better at it now. They're like, you know, it's an operation. Every operation is serious. But the odds have gotten a lot better than they used to be for that sort of surgery. So my prayers to you and your mum, and I hope she gets through it okay. I hope you get through it okay as well. And Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, Sniper Echo, too. Sniper Girl says, basically every artery in her heart are anywhere between 10 to 60% blocked. Ooh, wow. Every artery, 10 to 60% blocked. Yeah, I know, Smurfberry Barbecue. They all come at the same time. I've actually noticed that I seem to have a few lurkers that, and I love you lurkers, please don't feel that you need to chat. You don't have to. You can just watch. I've noticed a few that pop into my stream before I'm even live. Which is, I'm grateful. Yeah, so, and then everyone comes at once. It's weird. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it as well, though, Sniper Girl. I'm sure, I know it's a stressful thing to have any sort of operation. These open heart operations, they have gotten a lot better now at doing them because they've done so many over the years, and you know, technology's gotten better, all that sort of stuff. I'm not saying it's not a risk, though. There's always a risk with surgery, but my thoughts and prayers with you and your mum, though. I hope everything goes well. Sniper Girl says, Phil does 3D lies, lurkers are illegal. No, they're not illegal. Don't you frighten my lurkers away. Look, there are many times that I watch guys and girls on Twitch and I don't chat. I just lurk. Because I just don't feel like chatting sometimes. I'm more interested in just watching. I read the chat, don't get me wrong. I read the chat, but I don't talk in chat. So I get it, lurkers. Pay no attention to Sniper Girl. You're welcome, and I lurk as well. Yeah. Andrew Dust says, the thing that I say about surgery is that surgery is always better than pain and suffering, but it does suck to have it. Yeah. Well, yeah, particularly that sort of surgery. I don't think Sniper Girl's mum has much choice. It needs to be done. It's life-threatening sort of stuff. Yes, blocked arteries are a major problem in this day and age. I think it's our diets, our lifestyles, all that sort of thing. The risk of having blocked arteries goes up for all of us. Unless you're, one of those super annoying people that's mega healthy and eats nothing but healthy food and exercises 24/7. And even then, they can have medical problems too. I shouldn't smile when I say that, should I? Or laugh. Sniper Girl says, honestly, I'm more worried about the anesthesia, than the surgery itself. She doesn't respond too well with it yet. A lot of people don't realise that, the anesthesia stage is one of the most dangerous parts of surgery. That's why the anaesthesists get paid such big bucks, because it's such a small thing can be the difference between major problems or death and a successful surgery. It's a real art to put people under. That's why they with a lot of stuff, doctors and surgeons will always go for a local anaesthetic as opposed to a general. So a general where they put you under, or a local where they just give you an injection around the area that they're working on, because it is so dangerous to put people completely under. So I do get it, Sniper Girl. I understand that concern. So actually, I've been quite lucky. I've never been under general anaesthetic. I've never had an operation, never broken a bone. So I guess in that regard, I've been quite lucky. But the older you get, the more chance there is you're going to have to go into hospital for something. So something to look forward to in old age, hey? Okay, I'm just going to pull back on the size of this so we can get it to line up a bit better, I think. Again, I made it more difficult on myself by making the base not a proper circle, but skewing it a bit. Sniper Girl says, yeah, you're right there. Last time she had surgery, she ended up needing a breathing tube because she stopped breathing. Wow. Wow. It's frightening. I don't want to go on in surgery. I'm scared. The thought of going into hospital just is scary. You know, it's scary. And surgery is scary. Yeah, and Android Lust was asking because of the anesthesia, and Sniper Girl says, yeah. And I did see Sniper Echo. I see you posting in Discord at the moment. Sniper Echo is working on a project that sounds incredibly cool. Again, jump on the Discord server to check it out, guys and girls. There's no excuse. It's free to use the Discord server. You can post links, all that sort of good stuff. So I want you guys using Discord, and you do. Like, I'm not bitching, not complaining. You guys do use Discord, which is good. That's why I created it, why I set it up. But well, yeah, the thing that Sniper Echo is working on is incredibly cool. And I look forward to seeing some in-progress shots, Sniper, as you get it going. Sniper Echo says there's not much to see with my project right now, which is why I'm not jumping into Discord to copy links and stuff, simply because I want you guys on Discord. You guys need to use the Discord, and you are, like I said, you are. But it does look very cool, and again, basically what Sniper is doing, I'm just looking at his Discord again. He wants to improve. You know how when you are high above a terrain and you start to move towards the terrain in a game, you get that LOD pop-in, you get pop-in of objects. So he's working on something to fix that, and to also add more detail when you are high above a terrain, so things don't look like a blurry mess. So, which is incredibly cool. And if you can solve that LODing problem from a distance, then boy, will you be popular in the gaming industry, because it's a major problem, and a lot of companies have tried to fix it over the years. They all try and do LODing. They all come up with their own way to LOD stuff so that it's not so jarring. You don't get that popping in as you get closer to stuff from the low res to the high res. SpeedTree do it with their program. When you save out a plant, you save out LOD levels, and it tries to do it intelligently, but you still get pop in. You still do. You can't really avoid it. And Skyrim is a great example of a terrible way to do LODing, because that pops in like nobody's business when you're playing Skyrim and you get closer to a tree or to a group of trees or further away. It's terrible. But again, that's the Gamebryo game engine. It was always terrible. Sniper Girl says, yeah, regrettably, popping is part of gaming. Yep. We need the LODing, and with the LODing comes the popping. And as Smurfberry Barbecue mentioned on the Discord server when Sniper Echo posted it, No Man's Sky do it by trying to fade it in and out. That's been one way that they've tried to hide it, by instead of doing a pop, they gradually fade the object in. That's a better way to do it. It's less distracting as you're playing the game to see it fade in as opposed to pop in. It would be better though if you didn't even have to do that. If there's some way that you could stop it from being visually noticeable at all. Smurfberry says, too bad that unlimited detail tech never took off. I'm not familiar with the unlimited detail tech. Unless you're talking about the stuff that id Software were doing, ID Software. And their mega textures, hyper textures, whatever they were calling that game engine they created, ID Software, id Software. Smurfberry says they probably couldn't deal with the animation and dynamic lighting. Yeah, that's a good point, Smurfberry. Sniper says, I'm working on a game the last nearly 2 years now. I've got a few publishers interested towards the end of last year, so I'm just trying to get a lot of the main features together. Well, that's cool. We all want to play Sniper Echo's game, don't we, guys? We all want you to finish that game so we can play it, Sniper Echo. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bring this in a little bit. I think it's a bit big. So vertical slice, as Smurfberry says. Yes, and a vertical slice, for anyone that doesn't know, is just a small part of the overall game that you create to pitch to a publisher. So you don't try and make the whole game and pitch it to the publisher. You make a vertical slice, which is a very small part of the gameplay, and you pitch that. You use that as a demo to pitch to a publisher. Snappy Girl says, yeah, true. I still can't believe they're wanting to use the same engine for Fallout 76 and the next Elder Scrolls game. What the fuck are they thinking? Tell me about it, Sniper Girl. I mean, I love the Elder Scrolls. I played the bejesus out of Elder Scrolls, the last Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls 5, I think it was. And because it's a great game, but wow, the engine is so bad. Come on, Bethesda. Haven't you copped enough shit from Fallout 76? And haven't you had enough problems with the code in Fallout 76 to realise you should not be using that engine anymore? You know, we're in 2019. Don't use an engine from like 2000. You make great games when you want to. You'll make amazing games if you just use a modern game engine. If you can't make it yourselves, then there's plenty that you can buy off the rack, like UE4, like Unity, like CryEngine, even if you want to go down that road. You know, just do something. Bethesda say that they've changed it. It's not Gamebryo anymore. It's their engine. I can't remember what they call it. It's Gamebryo. I can see it's Gamebryo. I've worked with Gamebryo. I know what Gamebryo looks like. Don't you lie to me, Bethesda. Don't it is not some new engine. Maybe you've tacked crap into it, but it's Gamebryo underneath of it all. That's why it's rubbish. That's why it will always be rubbish. Gamebryo went bankrupt. They don't exist anymore. Why are you still using that engine? I don't get it. Let me catch up with chat here. Smurfberry says, no, it was my own company, Point Cloud-based graphics. Oh, cool. Sniper Girl says, aren't you going to help me as well, Sniper Girl, when I do my game? A bit later in the year when we go back to my house on the holiday? You said you would. I'm going to hold you to it. You don't have to, but don't worry. Sniper Echo says, yeah, there's no way to fix the LOD pop in 100%, but the other things I'm trying to achieve is higher fidelity at extreme distance. When you're on the train, being able to look 20 kilometers away, for example. Well, even that would be a major achievement as well, Sniper Echo, just to improve the visuals when you are... to improve the LOD visuals from a distance would be a great thing. Yeah, because eliminating that pop-in or that load-in from low quality to high quality is going to be incredibly difficult. Games companies have tried to do it for years. Sniper Girl says, I agree with you 100%. Actually, Android Lust says, I'm going to post something in the gallery, just made it a bit more work safe, stream safe. Okay. Let's have a look. Android Lust is working on a character by the look of it. Very nice. Yeah, actually, it is very nice. Just let me copy the link and we'll check it out. Let me open up my browser. Again, you guys, if you don't, you can jump on the Discord. You can check these things out on your own. But this is very nice. What did you do with the hair? How did you create the hair? That is really interesting. There's two images here. I'm just going to grab the other one. Nice model. I really like the design of the model as well. But the hair's amazing. Fiber Mesh and ZBrush is what Android Lust has just posted in Discord. So Fiber Mesh and ZBrush, wow, that's really cool. I don't play with enough of the tools in ZBrush. I really should. Because I hate the interfaces, you guys know. But I really should look at some more of the tools in ZBrush because you can do some really cool looking stuff by the look of it. Yes, and as Sniper Echo says, the character design is amazing. I love it. Love the hair. The hair's looking great. And the character's looking great too. Very nice. The texturing's nice too. And yep, the hair looks amazing. Really nice work there, Android Lust. Very nice work. Let me just move that all. Snappy Girl says, can you really be too damn surprised? I mean, it's Bethesda. They relied on modders to fix their products since day one. You're right, Sniper Girl. If you go to Nexus mods, you'll find one of the most popular mods on Nexus is one that fixes all the bugs that are in Bethesda's Skyrim, say, or Fallout. Because Bethesda just couldn't be bothered, I guess. Once they shipped their game, they sort of said, nope, that's it, we're not doing anything more on it. You just got to look at the crap they're taking over Fallout 76, because that game is full of bugs. They're fixing that because they've got no choice. It's an online game. And there's a talk of it going free to play, so just bear that in mind, guys and girls, if you're thinking about spending money to buy Fallout 76 to play, and you're not in a rush, which I wouldn't be because it's a bug-ridden mess. There is that rumour that it's going to go free to play, so maybe you should hold out and wait. That's just a rumour though, I don't know anything. Sniper Girl says, I'll help any professional experience I can get. Well, that's really nice of you, Sniper Girl, and I will take you up on that when we return back to the House in the Hollow. To make it into a game, then I'll take you up on that offer, because there's so much stuff that needs to be optimized in that level and added to. And there's only me, and I only get 4 hours a week to work on it when I stream, so my game will be released in 2030 at this rate. Smipper says, please tell me she got glowing golden eyes to match the forehead paint. Android Lust says, I used someone else's concept with permission, which is fine. You can use other people's concept work. You're the one modelling it, so it shows your skill at following a concept to create a model, which is a good skill. Generally, when you're working for a games company, you don't have the freedom to come up with your own stuff. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm going to make this and be damned with the rest of the team. Generally, you get concept art you've got to work from anyway. So you create the model based on the concept art. So that's a great skill to have, being able to follow concept art anyway. I can't put the concept art until I edit it, since it's also not work safe. I don't really want to edit the concept since it's not my concept. Well, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Don't post links in Twitch chat to anything not family friendly, because I like to keep it on my Twitch channel. That's why I don't swear. I try and keep it clean as much as I can. It's hard, but feel free to post stuff that's on Discord. And don't go posting porn on my Discord. I'll ban you. But the Discord channel you can be a little bit freer with than the Twitch chat one. I'm just saying. Andrew, I suppose. No glowy eyes, Andrew Lust says. Sniper says Fallout 76 shocked me, to be honest. Shocked a lot of people. It's having a lot of problems. Sniper Girl says free to play already. Wouldn't be too surprised. They're denying it, of course. There was the rumour last week, and then Bethesda came out saying, no, it's rubbish, it's all lies. We're not going free to play. But they're not going to tell you up ahead of time when they're trying to sell copies of their game, are they? You know? They want you to fork out money for their game. They're not about to let it slip that maybe in a month or so it's going to go free to play. And they're saying, the rumour is it's going to go free to play is because it's so buggy. They're not getting the numbers of people playing it that they want, what's the word I'm looking for? That they bargained for, that they counted on when they actually were making the game. So that's the rumour. And it's only a rumour, I have to point out. I don't know anything, it's just a rumour. But it wouldn't surprise me to try and get more players in the game if they gave it away. It's what they should have done to begin with anyway. With that sort of game, you shouldn't be trying to charge people for it. You should give it away, and if you need to, you can charge people a monthly sub fee or something to play it. Do it that way. I don't play multiplayer games online, so I'm not really familiar with the business model at the moment. So yeah, I'm pretty sure isn't Fortnite free to play? You don't pay for Fortnite, do you? The Epic Games one, multiplayer thing. I'm pretty sure that's free to play. Sniper Girl says Fallout 76 is screwed. They've had a problem with people duplicating items. People have been able to access the I heard about that. Access a development room that literally every weapon in the game in it. People transferred those weapons, duplicated them, and then sold them, which completely ruined the in-game economy. Oh wow! I want to laugh, but I know Bethesda. Come on! Why would you keep a development thing like that in a version that's accessed by the public? You take that out before you ship. I mean, come on. Android Lost says that means the game is ruined now. No pressure. Sniper says fingers crossed I don't screw it up bad. Android Lost says you can't screw it up. Phil would slap you to death. That's exactly right, Android Lost. You've got it in one. I'd slap him to death. If he screws it up, he gets slapped to death. I shouldn't say that. Domestic violence is bad. Okay, we need to make it a little bit bigger. Android Lost says, Sniper says Android Lost, close to that right now. You're going to give new viewers to my channel the wrong impression, guys. They're going to think, who is this slap happy guy? Why is he slapping people so much? You're really going to give me grief, aren't you? Because it's not a circle. I knew you were going to give me grief. Alright, let's see if we can't scale it up just a little bit more. I think it might be just a little bit out. That's too much. Alright. Let's try and fine tune it down here. Android Lost says a little more time and you'll have it. We believe in you. That's right. We do believe in you, Sniper Echo. You can do it. And remember, we're always around if you need a hand with anything. Oh, wow. Don't do that. It can be stressful, you know. You're lucky if you're making a game, and we're all very lucky in this day and age because we've got access to games engines that are incredibly good. But if you're a game studio and you're making a game where you've had to pay for the engine up front, you've got a publisher breathing down your neck to get it done and get it delivered. It's incredibly stressful. Incredibly stressful. Sniper Girl says, Sniper Echo, I'll be like, I didn't see a thing, so Phil does 3D doesn't slap me. You're all going to get a slap if you be cheeky. You're going to get a slap, all of you. I'm going to go slap happy and slap you all. Some would say I'm already slap happy. Android Love says also it can't be domestic violence, and Sniper Echo doesn't limit you. That's very true. And they're virtual slaps and they're done in love. You know that. A virtual slap can't hurt you. They're done in love. That's right, Smokery Barbecue. They're done in love. You know they're done in love. You know you deserve the slaps. Now that's crossing. I should not be saying stuff like that. That's what those domestic violence people say. And it's wrong and bad. You made me do it. You deserved it. That sort of stuff. That's terrible. And it's usually, unfortunately, men doing it to women, which is even worse. Yeah, in love, Sniper Girl says, yeah, that's right. He's a tyrant, Smurfberry says. Yes, I am a tyrant. Okay, I thought that was what was going on. We've got a gap there, which means it has to come down. I think I scaled it too much. I think that's the problem. I'm counselling, that's right. Look, I go from one extreme to the other. I go from one extreme saying I want to slap you all silly into counselling you. But my slaps are virtual slaps. They're completely safe and painless. You will never feel pain from a pill slap. I guarantee it. Sniper Girl says, honestly, I've lived through abuse before. It's nice to be able to joke. It's important to be able to joke about it, simply because if you don't joke about it, well then you're doomed to, I don't know. Joking about something serious helps to make it more accessible to people as well. And you've got to have a sense of humour about these things, because they are so terrible. If you don't, you'll lose your mind. So while we joke about it, domestic violence is bad. I do want to point that out. And I'm sorry to hear that you've lived through that. No one should live through abuse, domestic abuse. I don't care if you're a man or a woman that suffers it, because men can suffer domestic abuse as well. Don't think because you're a guy you're immune to it. You can, there have been women that have abused men, as well as many men who have abused women. And it's a terrible thing. You don't go abusing each other, guys and girls. Everyone treat each other well. Treat other people how you want to be treated. That's how I live my life, and that's my philosophy. And that's why, at work, even if I'm mentoring people and there's a job that is really crap sort of job that I don't want to do, I don't give it to the juniors or the people I mentor just simply because I don't want to do it. But if I'm not prepared to do it, I don't expect them to do it. I won't do anything. I don't ask anyone else to do anything I wouldn't do. So yeah. Andrew Luss says, on a serious note, it's domestic violence just as bad in Australia. I only hear about it here. No, it's terrible in Australia. It is terrible. A lot of the guys in Australia are real macho assholes, to be honest with you. They're rough as guts farmer. I don't want to tar farmers, but mining sort of people. They're really rough men, and so they treat women really badly. It's a huge problem in this country. The government are constantly running ads telling men not to hit their women, how bad it is, and of course it's a crime, and they face going to jail if they do it, because the government have really cracked down on that sort of thing. As well they should. Sniper Girl says, my biological father was an abusive drunk. It's well in the past. Well, in the past is where it belongs. It's terrible. Terrible. And unfortunately, alcohol does tend to make it worse with a lot of these men that are violent toward women, or just men that are violent in general. Alcohol makes it much worse. I'm not using that as an excuse for them. There is no excuse. Don't be violent toward people. It's, they wouldn't like someone to be violent toward them, so they shouldn't do it to other people. But alcohol, yeah, that can be a major problem. And what makes a lot of these guys become violent. Why did I not just make this base a circle? It would have made my life so easy. Sniper Echo says going to post a link, but colours are way off for this test terrain, and textures are only 2K. Lighting configures generic okay. In summary, it's not even close to being right. Well, that's okay. Andrew Lutz says, I blame alcohol for a lot of bad things. Seems like nothing good comes from it. Well, I also should clarify that I don't drink at all. And again, you guys know I don't either. Well, I will drink socially on special occasions like Christmas or New Year, but I don't, apart from that, I don't drink, as you guys know. So I know where you're coming from, Android Lust. I'm the same. I'm not saying if you want to drink it's bad. I'm just saying I prefer not to. Which, like I said to you guys, is a major change from my younger days when I used to drink huge amounts. I'm not like that anymore. But I never got violent when I got drunk. I was a happy drunk. I was never a violent drunk. You know how some people just get drunk and then they're violent? Must be in their DNA, I guess. Sniper says alcohol leads to a lot of bad stuff. It does. Okay, let's check out this new image that Sniper Echo has posted. Don't judge too harshly. We won't judge too harshly, don't worry. Every time wants to open my Chrome up, and I like to look at stuff in Edge while I stream. I use Chrome for my personal stuff, though. So I need to... That's looking nice, Sniper Echo. Very nice. No, that looks great. Very nice indeed. I like the colours. I can see what you mean by the detailing from a distance, because I can see quite a bit of detail down there. That's amazing, actually. Well done. It looks great. Sniper Girl says, I'm okay with people that drink. I don't do it personally. Runs in the family. Yeah, I'm okay with people that drink too. I'm not judging. I don't judge. Everyone can do whatever makes them happy so long as they don't hurt other people. I'm fine with that. So I don't judge people based on anything. Sniper says, it's true. Alcohol leads to literally fiction. It is a delicious terrain. I like that description, Android Lust. It is a delicious terrain. It looks great. It really does. And like I said, I can see the detailing that you're talking about, so that's starting to look amazing. Sniper says, seriously, looks like something out of Google Earth. It does look like something out of Google Earth. It looks better than Google Earth because I can see more detail than I can on Google Earth. Sniper says, that's from 15 kilometers above the terrain. Yeah, no, it looks great. Great, Sniper Echo. And yeah, the detail, I can see the detail you're getting in here, which is quite amazing for such a distance. Nice, really nice. Can't wait to see when it's done. It's going to be amazing. But the texturing I like as well. I like the way you're texturing things up. It looks great. Good stuff. Okay. This member says, now throw a colour LUT on it. Sniper Girl says, wow, looks amazing. Sniper says, well, with Blender 2.8, I'm really able to leverage some stuff that I could only do in Houdini previously. Cool. Well, again, Blender is a great 3D program. It's Sniper Echo uses for his 3D stuff. I use Max. Legmog uses Cinema 4D. They're all good. You know, I was just thinking, because I'm having such a problem here with this, getting this to match. I could just use the spline. That might be an easier way to go because it will follow it much more accurately than trying to do it with that tube. Andrew Lost says, what's the huge mountain? Yeah, so I'm just trying to work out whether it might be easier for me not to do it the same sort of way we did the other one, which was following a spline to get it to match properly. Might be easier. Let's have a look. Why work hard when you can work smart? I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. And I want you. Let's go back into isolation. So I'm just getting my spline into the right shape here. Sniper says, with my process you could literally draw something in MS Paint and I can convert that to a data type. Maybe means data to be broken down and used to populate a terrain. Sounds very cool. Can't wait to see once you've done a bit more work on your game. I'm keen to see it. I'm going to do it this way. So now we have our spline, which is following the shape of our lower terrain. You've got terrain on my terrain. I've got terrain on the brain. Terrace. So I'm going to just open up my group. Select the base. And I'm going to make a copy of this base. I'm just going to detach it from the group. We can close the group up for the moment. Okay, and the reason I've done that is because I want to copy the shape of these two pieces. So yeah, I thought you meant data type sniper. Okay, that's cool. Android Lost says I could only imagine how bad an MS Paint terrain would look. I have Armour 2, but I never got around to playing it. I've never played any of the Armour games. But they're multiplayer, aren't they? Which is probably why I've never played them. So I'm all about the single player. No, I don't want to quick slice that. What do I have selected? Yeah. Are these grouped? I think they're grouped. No, they're not grouped. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to... I probably could have done a detach as opposed to doing a copy before, but we'll do a detach now. Detach is clone. Now I can delete that, and we've got this, which is what I want. Okay, let's close these holes off though. Alright, now let me just reapply our pivot to the middle of the object. Okay. Alright, now let us select these. Let's open up our align along path. Let's up the number of steps so it's nice and smooth. Okay, now something weird going on here. I've just got to work out what it's trying to do. Okay. Smurfberry says, I've watched some Arma stuff, but I've never played it. It's a pretty awesome game. Smurfberry says, I'd love to see what your input maps look like for that. And Android Lust is saying, ever played any of the Just Cause games? The terrain reminded me a bit of Just Cause 2. Well, Discord's going off. Let me catch up with Discord here. Smurfberry's posted something in Discord to Sniper Rico about pitching to publishers. Yeah, I haven't looked at the second one you posted, Smurfberry, about GDC 11 years without a hit. That looks interesting too. I don't have to get this straight, I can do this after the fact. Okay, that looks okay. Let me check where it joins up. Alright, let's just straighten this out a little bit. By moving the pivot to the middle, that will make my life much easier. You know, the Just Cause games are cool. I'm just checking where that join is. Here, okay. Let me just isolate this so it'll be easier for me to work on. Yeah, we've got an overlap going on here, that's the problem. I don't even really have to rejoin that because I'm going to cut this anyway. Let's just see where it's sitting on the rest of our terrace. Oh, no, I may need to do it because it's actually out here, so. Okay. Just going to remove these inner pieces. Let us bridge that. And we can bridge that. Alrighty. Let's select our... Every time I hit the Windows key. How many times have I done that, guys? Always. That and that. And let's go back into isolation mode. Andrew Lust says, I bought Just Cause 3 a few weeks ago, so just so I can take some notes on the environment work. I haven't even installed it yet. I was always amazed at the environments of the game while you were very high in a plane. Android Lust says, sorry, Sniper says, to Android Lust, if you get the time to play it and come across any cool stuff, post some info. Yeah. Did they just release a new Just Cause game, or am I thinking of some other game that's similar? I thought they'd released a new Just Cause game not that long ago. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. Like Just Cause 4 or something. Smokeberry says, I was experimenting with generating a world map a few years ago, but never found an acceptable tool to handle terrain, erosion and rivers. There is World Machine that does erosion, which I'm sure you are aware of, Smokeberry. Smokeberry has posted a link. What is this link? Let me have a look. So is this like a river system, Smokeberry, that I'm looking at on the world map? Smokeberry says, painting even just that incomplete group of rivers was... I won't pronounce what Smokeberry wrote, but a major pain. Why you do this? Why you seem a little bit off? I followed the spline, you can't be off. It's impossible. Never have I had such a problem with this. I'm tempted to redo the pink base and make it a circle, just to make it easier. Wow, it's giving me all sorts of problems. Although I remember when I actually created this base, I didn't want it to be a circle because it started to look a bit too geometric. I purposefully skewed the shape of it a bit to make it look a bit more organic. So if I can get away with not turning it into a circle, I'd rather. But it's a challenge. It's really peeving me off. Looks to me like it's a little small, which is weird because it followed the spline exactly. It should not be too small. Alright. Andrew Lust says, I was planning on starting an installation tonight. I just don't like waiting days for a game to download. Yes, it was Just Cause 4 that was released. I thought so. Thank you, Andrew Lust. Yeah, I thought I had read that Just Cause 4 was released not that long ago. It's a very frenetic game, Just Cause. The Just Cause games. Very popular, I've noticed, on Twitch though. A lot of Twitch streamers like to play them. I guess it's something that they can maybe do with their viewers if they wanted to. They could like play Just Cause. It's a lot of movement, so it keeps people watching on Twitch entertained, that sort of thing. Too frenetic for me. I mean, I like GTA 5, but I don't play that multiplayer. I play that single player. And that's about as frenetic as I want to get. There's crap going on all over the screen in Just Cause. At least that's the impression I get when I see people playing it. Just going to undo that. And go back to screen. Good. Legmog, it's good to see you, Legmog. How are you? Legmog says, wee boy, I just got back from 1 to 2 a.m. gym session. I'm going to feel like Frankenstein's monster tomorrow. Were you at the gym as well? Because Euro, I think, went to the gym too. It was Euro. Yeah, Edo, sorry, not Euro. Edo. Edo went to the gym. All you guys going to the gym being healthy. Good on you. Make me feel incredibly unhealthy. But yeah, but you're going to feel like Frankenstein's monster. First time I've done hard exercise in a month. You do. I noticed that too, yeah. Your muscles are going to ache. If you haven't exercised for a while and you do some exercise, wow, do your muscles ache the next day. But then it goes away and then you're fine. It's just that initial shock to your body and to your muscles that, yeah, is painful. Mercury says there's a guy on Substance Share who has uploaded a material that he uses to generate planet surface maps. Sounds like an interesting avenue to investigate, but I don't know if I could approximate erosion even slightly competently. Legmog says, greetings all from myself and soon to be decimated lardy gut. Exercise is good. Any sort of exercise is good. We all eat too many sugary things and we need to exercise. All of us. Sniper Rico says, Legmog, that's a bad nickname for your girlfriend, mate. How's your... I actually wanted to ask you something, Legmog, while you're here. I've got a client that wants me to do some work for them, but they need some animation stuff done. And you guys know I don't do animation. So if you're interested in a project, he needs like 3 animations done. They're animal animations, by the way. So animal interacting with a person. There's like a bear, a crocodile, and a wolf. If you're interested, message me or something, Legmog, and I'll give you more details. I just don't know what your workload's like. And yeah, I don't do animation, so I said that I'd ask a couple of people I know that are animators if they'd be interested. Again, I don't know what he's paying. I don't know any of that. All I know is this guy is making a game, wants me to do some cinematic work and needs someone to do some animation, so let me know. Android Lost says, only exercise I do is run my fingers across my keyboard. And Galen, it's good to see you, Galen. All of you guys. Did you have a good weekend, Galen? It's always good to see you. If only it was Sloth. I'm thinking, why is my axes not working properly? It's because I've got it in the wrong mode. Okay. We're going to be removing this front part because that's where the stairs go. So I thought we were off a little bit there. Legwork says, nice. Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to be out of action for pretty much all of February. Yeah, I guess that's I guess that'll cast me out right away. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that no problem, Legmog. I've got a couple of other jobs on at the moment as well, so it's difficult for me to take on a lot of new work. So I get what you're saying. No problem. No, that's cool. But how are you, Galen? Are you well? I hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. How's that super awesome beard of yours coming? I don't know if you guys that weren't in my stream a few weeks ago when Galen was on, they did a close-up of him for the Twitch promo, for the last TwitchCon, which was cool. He had a shot all to himself and he had an amazing beard. He's got an amazing beard. Galen says, doing okay. Need to get my butt in gear and do some more 3D. Yes, I can't remember the last time I saw you doing 3D. When were you? You get doing some 3D. You guys know I want you to do 3D. Everyone in the world should be doing 3D. And Galen says, I actually nipped that image. It was a good image. It was a nice shot of you. a great looking image. The people that did the promo for Twitch did a really good job. It was really nicely put together. And it was a nice image. It looked good. I'd snip it too if it was me. Galen says it's been a few months, to be honest. Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, I understand, guys, particularly if you don't... If it's a hobby, maybe, or even if it's not, you can get sick of doing 3D. You know, not everyone's a weirdo like me that wants to do 3D 24/7. But even I get sick of doing 3D. There are times where I just don't want to do it. You know? I'm just sick of it and I don't want to do it. It's rare, but it does happen. So I do get it. You're going to drive me nuts. You really are. Never have I had such a problem getting some things to line up properly. Andrew Doss says, a few months since you've done 3D. Feel the addiction. Feed the addiction. That's right. Galen says, between burnout and lost motivation. Yeah. And it's easy to burn out doing any sort of design stuff, whether it's 3D or any sort of design stuff. The burnout is real. If it wasn't, I mean, I need to take those mid-year trips to that cabin of mine in the woods because I feel exhausted. Halfway through the year, I just feel exhausted. I don't want to do anything. So I need the break. So I get where you're coming from. That is when, you know, they don't send me to the middle of nowhere, which makes my love of 3D diminish. You know, when they send me to one of those mines in the middle of Australia, which is where it's 55 degrees Celsius. There are days when that happens that I question how much I love my job. Thankfully, they don't do it too much because I know how much I hate it. Smurfberry says that's why you start a zillion projects and don't finish them. That's one way to do it, Smurfberry Barbecue, yeah. And Galen says, sent you a message on Discord. Smurfberry says, burned out on one, work on a different one. Well, no, that can be, that's a very valid point too, Smurfberry. Sometimes you just don't feel the thing you're working on, so working on something else for a while can be a nice break. Of course, you don't have that option if you're working for someone else, but that is true. If you're doing your own stuff, then that's very true. Thought that was going on. You know what I'm going to do here, because I'm having such a problem getting these two to match up properly, and I know I need to cut this central section out anyway. I'm going to do it this way. Instead of spending an hour doing something that's proving to be really fiddly, I'm going to start by removing the bars through here that we don't want. So that one. I don't have to worry about keeping this for the kit bash because they're all going to be the same size for all of the different number of steps. So on these smaller terraces. So So we're going to remove those bars. We are going to cut. Let's start by cutting the lower piece here, I think. Make sure I've selected the right one, yes. So let's do a quick slice. I'm going to slice it where it is underneath or inside of the these columns here. So through there and through there. Now let's select the ones in between and remove them. Wow, there we go. I'm just going to isolate it too because I want to check. Yeah, I just want to clean this up a little bit. And I want to cap those ends. Good. Okay, now let's look at this one here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quick slice it here and slice it here. Now let's select all of this. And I'm going to remove it. So now we should be able to hopefully duplicate this and mirror it. Snipe says, lighting, I hate working on lighting. I just don't know enough about it. You shouldn't hate work. Actually, I love working on lighting. It's probably the most fun thing that in 3D that I do, because it makes such a huge difference to the look of a scene or to a 3D model. The lighting is the most important thing. So I love working on lighting stuff. I mean, I get why people might find it frustrating. But no, I love working on the lighting. You need like a good course on lighting, Smoker, he says. Phil can commune with my brain. Nova says, yeah, I know it's massive, I'm just not good at it. Yeah, like I said, I can understand why some of you might be thinking that you hate lighting or you find it very hard. It's really important. It's probably the part of 3D that I like the most. Because you can be the most, it can change so dramatically the look of a scene, the different types of lighting. Just lighting alone can, I've said to you guys before, you can make a crap 3D model look amazing with the right lighting. I still stand by that. The same thing goes for games. If you're making a game or you're playing a game, the better the lighting, at least to me, the more enjoyable it is for the game, because it looks better, it looks more real. Even if you're not going for realism, proper lighting is important. That's the reason that Gamebryo looks so crap, because the lighting in that engine is crap. That's why all the Bethesda games don't look good. Well, when I say don't look good, they could look much better if they used a proper engine with proper lighting. And that's why I like UE4 so much, because the lighting in that is great. Sniper says, perhaps a lighting stream, yeah, maybe, yeah. I can tell you what I know, but it's yeah, no, we could do that. I mean, there are certain tricks and things with lighting a scene that I guess, we sort of touched on that when I was doing that UE4 level though. Or you saw me when I was setting my lighting up for that. Good lighting comes down to good color theory as well. Like good lighting to light the scene or the model, and then good color theory to make it look pretty, or to make it look prettier. So I'm not going to... Colour theory and lighting, they're both really important. So we'll see how we go. I mean, I do have to go back to that level if I want to make it into a game, so we might touch on it then. I'm going to duplicate this piece, and it looks like I've got a bit left here that I need to remove, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Looks like I want to get rid of that from this one as well. It's just a bit hanging in the middle there that I didn't see. Okay. I'm just mirroring this. And remember, we don't have to worry about the corners. We're going to put columns in these corners, so that's not my concern. I'm not worried about the corners at all. I just need to get this lined up. Android Lost says, get a photographer to help out on lighting. Yeah, photography, anyone that's into photography, that's a good avenue. Even just looking at photography courses, tutorials, that can help you as well, because a lot of what they talk about in photography it can be taken into 3D for lighting as well. So that's a good point, Android Lost. Galen says, I just do a HDRI for general lighting with a main white light and a red and blue fill light. Yep, 3 lighting setup is a good way to go. HDRI, always, always, always. You want to do a HDRI for any rendering you're doing, because it'll make it look much better. Sniper says, Android Lost, I'm thinking of taking a holiday to Australia for a month. Domestic violence. Solid point, cancelling that. Come on. Just going to see if I can't rotate this just a little bit more. I'm actually going to change the pivot to the middle of it as well, because it's getting a bit distracting. Trying to pivot it when the pivot's way out here in the center. Galen says, I try to find a HDRI that fits the mood of the scene for the render. Yep. Yeah, no. I'd suggest you just whack any old HDRI down. But it is really important to use a HDRI image to give your render that realism. It just helps improve the lighting overall. Marcus says, any of you guys know a good resource for foliage textures? Not off the top of my head. A good resource for foliage. There's a lot of retail things you can routes you can go. Like there's a lot of texture sets you can purchase that have barks and stuff. I've got a couple of them. I can't remember exactly the company that. Where did they come from? Let me have a look. Textures. Total textures. So some of the total textures packs can be good. Like you can get packs for bark. I believe they've got leaves as well. So yeah, some of the total texture packs, they can be pretty cool. I tend to use a lot of stuff in that comes straight out of Eon View or SpeedTree now, because they come with plants that have great textures. SpeedTree, that is, and also Eon View. I'm just trying to get this into the right spot here before I start slicing up more bits and pieces off the ends of it. Again, we're going to be covering up this corner with a column. That doesn't mean I shouldn't try and get it into the right spot. I'm just going to... We're just going to isolate a couple of these pieces. It's going to make it a bit easier for me. You didn't isolate, did you? Because I was holding the wrong key, wasn't I? Yeah, it's movie link to textures.com. I've used that site as well before. And Galen's talking about free HDRI images. There are a few places online where you can get free HDRI stuff. And you don't need a huge amount of different HDRI images. You can get away with a good, a few different ones that you can just reuse. Then you don't have to have hundreds of HDRI images, as long as you've got some good ones. Just going to try rotating this. Maybe we'll try rotating it a little bit more. Rotated it too much. And yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Galen is a streamer as well, and he uses Blender. So check out Galen's Twitch channel. You know, next time I'm just going to make these terraces round, circular. Just to make my life easier. I may just make an adjustment to this one actually, too, I think. Let's center our pivot. Oh, I see. We're attached to both. Okay. Well, I'm going to detach it because I want to work on these two pieces separately. You don't want to detach as a clone, just a normal detach. Now we can change our pivot. I'm just going to rotate that a little bit more. Let's see if we can't move this one forward a little bit more. That's better. So now they're both even, we can jump out of isolation mode. And we can start to tidy up the size of it. So let's do a quick slice through here. We can remove the ones that we don't want. And let's just tidy up this little corner here a little bit more. So we can do a quick slice through about here. I'm just going to redo that quick slice. I don't know if it took slice it there. Let's remove that. And let's cap that end piece. Okay. Andrew Dust says, in 3DS, is there a way you can make a curve from a mesh edge? Is there a way you can make a curve from a mesh edge? Not sure what you mean, Android Lust. You can certainly use edge loop. You could probably pull out an edge loop and like choose the edge loop from your mesh and do it that way maybe. And yes, Galen has posted in Discord about the the free HDRI images, so you guys should check them out. They look cool actually. Looks like there's good selection there. Sniper Ricker says, Galen, with your work on vehicles and Blender, did you come across any good courses? A curve that you can extrude along. Yeah, I get that. You can extrude along any curve. You can. I generally, when I'm doing that, use the spline tools here. If there's a particular shape of a mesh you want to extrude to, I'm assuming there's an edge loop that runs along that mesh. You could probably copy the edge loop and use that. If you can turn the edge loop into a spline, you could probably use that. Maybe. But I just tend to use the spline tools if I need to extrude along a path. Are you suggesting maybe I should have used that for this Like we go into our edge mode here, I could have chosen an edge here to extrude along to get the right shape. It's probably what you mean, Android Lust. You are probably correct. Galen says, I've got to start with CG Cookie tutorials. But you are probably right, Android Lust. It may have been easier for me to try and do it that way. But I already had the spline here that we used for the railing, so that was why I used it again. We got there in the end, that's the important thing. It's not the destination, it's the journey, isn't that what they say? And we got there in the end. Okay, I'm going to... Just going to do a quick slice on this one as well. And let's select those and remove them. And I didn't do a clean remove there, so I'm just going to select those polys I've missed. And it looks like I've missed one more. Okay. Now we can cap it. There we go. Android Lost says, yeah, so you could have the exact shape of the platform, but still worked out. But still, you were completely correct, Android Lost. I could have done it that way as well, and I didn't even actually think of it. So, I've got something in my eye. I always got something in my eye. So you are correct. You're ahead of me even. I didn't think to do it that way. That would have been a good way to do it too. Would have saved me stepping around for half an hour or an hour. But we got there in the end. That's the important thing. Sniper Echo, I've got to shoot off early, guys. Catch you tomorrow. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Sniper Echo. Thanks for being here. We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy. I didn't think about it at all, Android Lust. So you're still ahead of me in that regard. No, it was a good idea. Yeah, we could have probably grabbed an edge loop from the base and done it that way. It would have been easier, probably. And I'm just looking through here to make sure everything is looking correct. The advantage we have of reusing this piece, we've already got our nice smooth corner pieces, like we've chamfered our edges already, which is good. Okay, so we've cut the way away from the step. Height-wise, it is the same height as this rail, but because the terrace is lower, it sits lower, but we're going to put a column here in the corner to cover that, so that'll be fine. Just checking up spacing around that curve, that looks fine. Okay, now I did notice that we didn't chamfer up these steps, so let's do that before I forget, because otherwise I just know I'm going to end up forgetting. I'm just going to open this group. Looks like I probably did UV map it. I think I did. Let's just have a look at that UV map. I want to see what it's doing. Okay. I'm just going to throw a checker pattern on it. So I need to UV map this a certain way so it's easier for us to texture up when we jump into Mari or into Substance Painter. Yeah, this is not how I want it textured up. So we're going to have to retexture this. I think that might be the default texture sort of comes with the object when Max makes it. But that's not what I want. I'm just going to collapse my stack. Before we do any texturing, I just want to make sure I chamfer up the edges. I should probably take this into ZBrush 2 just to give it a bit more unevenness. I may end up doing that. But before I do that, I'm going to chamfer it. So I'm going to use the quad chamfer. We're getting that problem because it's selecting the ones at the back, which I don't want it to do. Yeah, you can do it. Android Lost says, I know you can do it in Maya. I'd assume you can in Max too. Android Lost says, thanks for the HDRIs, but these are the ones I have already. Don't think you need hundreds of HDRIs though, guys. You don't need that many. As long as you got some good ones, that's fine. You don't need to have a whole huge amount of HDRI images. Okay, that's better. We're not getting gaps between the steps now. Yep, good. But we've softened up our edges so they're not hard. That's fine. What we could do now is we could take this into ZBrush and I could just alter the edges here a little bit to make it less perfectly straight, which is what I'm thinking I should do. Smokeberry says, no, I must compulsively collect everything. I'm a bit like that too when it comes to textures. I like to go out with my camera, you guys know that. And anytime I'm wandering around, if I don't have my camera, I've at least got my phone. So I take pictures all the time of, you know, dirt, grass, rocks, brickwork, anything, doors, anything that's interesting. Spills on concrete, spills down a wall. Constantly taking pictures. Because you can never have too many textures. Galen says, been looking at the steps and something was bothering me. My mind kept looking for an overhang, like on normal steps, not stone steps. Yeah. I know what you mean. You mean where the step actually goes in here. There's an indentation under the step sort of thing. Yeah, no, the steps, I put them in and I haven't done anything with them since I put them in, so we're going to do that now. Galen says that is a link for you and Android Lost. Yeah, overhang over the, yep. But these are stone steps, so they don't really have an overhang. Unlike a normal step. I'm pretty sure they don't. Let me have a look here. I'm pretty sure I've looked into this before. Stone stairs. I'm just on Google here, images. Google Images. Yeah, so if we look at the stone steps here, majority of them don't have an overhang. I mean, there are a couple here where it looks like there might be. Majority of stone stairs, though, there is no overhang. This one looks like we might have a little bit of one. Maybe a slight overhang here. Not so much of an overhang, but a cap, but maybe a little bit of an overhang here. I guess it really just depends on what style of stairs we're going to go with, and I haven't really even thought about what style of step I'm going to go with. I'm probably going to go with something like this, and these don't have an overhang. So yep, you're right, Galen. Some stairs do, some don't. Really depends on how we're thinking about texturing them up. We can always put an over. The last terrace I did, when I did that Baroque garden terrace, I didn't overhang on those. But I think what I might do for these ones is I won't initially give them an overhang. We will look at, when we start texturing them up, then we can decide whether we need to give them an overhang or not, depending on what texture we use, that sort of thing. So we'll look at it then. But you are right, you are correct. But I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a save, because we've done all that work, and God forbid, heaven forbid, if Max should crash and we'd lose it all. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Modular stairs without a cap. Well, we could do both, actually, because we are trying to do like a bit of a kit bash thing. Modular stairs with and without a cap. Why don't we do that? Because we're giving people the option of having 100 steps around our terrace, if that's what they want, then we'll give them the option of having overhang and no overhang. Why not? Why not? We'll do both. Because, you know, because we can, we will. I think we might leave it there for today, though, guys and girls. I do want to thank you, though, for being here and watching. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. And we'll take these stairs into ZBrush so I can just sculpt them up a little bit so they're not quite so perfect. Because even new stairs that are like this are never going to be perfect. They're going to be weathered, they're going to be used. This is an older rotunda. So anyway, we'll take it into ZBrush tomorrow. We'll make them less perfect. But we will leave it there for today. Thank you, guys and girls, so very much for being here and watching. It was good to see you, Galen. It was good to see all you guys and girls. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific in the US, and we'll pick up where we left off here. See you guys and girls tomorrow. See ya.